Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. I wanted to share with you today how I make my envelopes that I include in my junk journals. So this is one of them that I've made from a book I found at a charity shop. So I sew them onto my page and we're gonna make one together right now. So I found this book recently by coincidence, just walking on the street and discovering a secondhand store. And so this is a Leonardo da Vinci book with some lovely sketches of his inside. This was a true treasure to find. And I have chosen this lovely image with the flowers to use for my next envelope. So I'm just going to tear this out. Put this book away. Now I need to measure the width of this, so it's more long than it's wide. So I need to check what the lesser length is, which is the width. So that would be 16 centimeters. Now I'm going to do this with my envelope punch board. Obviously you can make lovely envelopes without having this, and I actually debated for a long time whether it makes sense to get one, but I'm so happy I did because it's so much easier and quicker than doing it by hand. So this is from We Are Memory Keepers, and I will link it down below. It's really not that expensive, so it's definitely a good purchase if you're going to be making a few of these. So now I have this cheat sheet, which I'm very happy it came with for Europe in centimeters, because this is all inches, but thankfully it has the centimeter scale on the bottom here and the inches then on the top. So I prefer working with centimeters. So now we just look what is the closest to the 16 that I have, but is still less than 16, which on this chart would be 14.2 centimeters. So the paper size is 15.2 times 15.2, and the envelope size I'm going to get out of this is 7.6 times 10.2 centimeters. And this is telling me where I need to score and punch on all four sides. So first I need to cut my paper down to, what was it now? I forgot. Okay, 15.2 times 15.2. So that means I need to measure here. 15.2 would be right there. And then I'm going to measure the same thing on the length. 15.2 is right here. All right, so now I know where I have to cut. So that means I'm going to cut it in these two places. So I'm going to start off with this side. Just make sure that I got this. So I'm going to cut. And I just tore the paper. I cannot believe this. Try this again. Okay, that was a horrible cut. I think it'll still be okay, but why? Alright, and then I do the same thing on the other side. And this is not cutting because there's paper in here, that's why. So let me try this again. And tore the paper again. But it's okay. This way it has a ragged edge, and I guess that's okay for a vintage journal. It will look more like it's old. So I'm going to cut here, and it completely tore this apart. Look at that. I'm not giving up because I really don't want to waste this book page. And then on the last side. Okay, that was it. Cut. Alright, so now I have a square. And so what I do then is I take my punch board and I check again where I need to actually cut. So that was this, 15.2. So at 6.7, I need to score and punch. So now I go here and check on the scale to see 6.7 is right here. So line that up. So then I punch, and then I take the score tool, just in this case very lightly because the paper is very fragile. Go down. Now I turn it counterclockwise, and I line up this little pointy thing with the line I just scored, and I again punch and score lightly, and I continue doing that. I just continue rotating it, and I punch and score, and last time line it up, punch and score, and I see that I didn't do it right. I didn't, because as you can see, this here should actually line up. So I don't think this is gonna work, but we'll just give it a try to see if it might still work. So if I fold these in, and then I fold this up, it still works. Okay, so let's continue. So now what I want to do is I want to round these 4 corners as well, and so there's a punch on the other side to just round off the corners. So this is really a handy tool to have. This one didn't go well. Okay, so now I have the rounded corners. Let me try this one more time. Yeah, that's better. And now before I fold and glue it, I want to ink the sides to just give it a real vintage look. It really makes a huge difference if you do this, if you want a vintage look. By the way, I'm using Distress ink in the color tea dye. Now I also want to ink the creases. Maybe on the other side a little bit, because those are the sides that are showing more. And here on the other side as well. I actually don't really mind that it's torn because it's supposed to look old anyway. Alright, and now we fold it up again, and we're going to make sure that the side that I want up is up. Given that this inside is nicer than this inside, because we have a white space here, I'm gonna close it up like this and then fold this down. So now all I need to do is take my glue, and I'm just gonna glue the edge here. And I'm gonna glue this here, and then I'm gonna stick this down, and that's really all there is to it. So now I don't have a journal page at the moment, but if I had one, I can just show on one here. For example, if I wanted to put it on this journal page right here, what I would do is I could either glue it if you don't want to sew, or you just sew along here, and then you have a pocket there, a little envelope pocket. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.